I'm Jay Bernin, and I'm back with.
PIT, representing Dub City. You already know what it is, where I be.
All right, now we got an interview today with the exclusive rapper from Wendover, PIT, Pit. You got any other names you go by that we should call you?
Pit Nasty, Pit Sucio, whatever you want to call me with Pit.
Damn. Now, how long have you been doing this for the people that don't know?
So I started rapping when I was about 12. I literally got into studios with my friends here in town, and ever since then I haven't looked back.
That's good. Now, you're from Wendover. Where is Wendover on the map? What is life like in Wendover?
Wendover's gonna be in northeastern Nevada. It's about an hour and a half from Salt Lake City. Wendover life isn't regular compared to some people. Actually, in Wendover, there's a lot of crime, and people don't talk about shit like that. But in reality, that's what it is. It's just a mini Las Vegas. People grind it out. People working all the damn time. And because of that, it's inspired me to make my music the way I do.
All right, now, what was your life like growing up in West Wendover? What was your childhood like?
In Wendover, people always talk behind your back, and they always give you bullshit.
Damn, the
And
odds.
that's the fact. And
Fuck.
people be knowing nobody support you, but that's what makes diamonds, baby. Pressure makes diamonds. You hear me? So when people don't got your back, the only person that has to have your back is yourself. And people here always want to start some shit, and they always want to fight. I'm gonna say the real shit because I'm a real person. That's what it is.
That just took a left turn. Well, no, wait, but does the hate keep you going, or what does it do? Does it kill the motivation? Does it keep it going? Or?
The hate keeps me going because the hate makes me want to love the music that I make.
Now, what do kids do in Wendover growing up?
In Wendover, there's nothing to do because there's casinos everywhere. So a lot of kids end up drinking, smoking, fucking doing all the bad shit, you know? And literally, we only have one place for the kids, and it's fucking small. So
Yeah.
there's nowhere for them to really truly express themselves or dedicate their hobbies to something positive. Yes, we have sports now and stuff like that, which does help, but a lot of parents can't afford sports and stuff like that, you know? So it really makes it hard on the youth coming up right now.
And I got a two-part question right here, I guess. What was your life like as a teenager, like in high school, middle school? And what were some of your struggles growing up?
So with me growing up, some of the struggles were not being accepted for smoking marijuana. Everybody has the stigma that marijuana is fucking terrible for you, when in reality it's not. Actually helps people in certain ways, you know? And a lot of the times, just because you smoke, people look at you as a pothead, you're a terrible person, stuff like that. I always show people all the time that it really all depends on the person. Your motivation is the key factor when it comes to that. Therefore, a lot of the struggle is because of that, because my dad didn't like me doing it, so I got my ass beat from my dad. I got my ass beat from my brother. I got fucking tormented coming up. So because of that, you can feel my pain in my music throughout everything that I go through. And not only that, I've had life experiences with people turning their back on me, bullshit like that. And we don't need people like that. Like I said, the world is about love, not hate. And it's time to make that shit happen.
So would you put yourself in the category of like a weed rapper? Like, are you like Burner, Wiz Khalifa, older Kid Cudi music, Currency? Do you put yourself in that subgenre, or what do you think about them?
No, I think like with me, the weed thing comes naturally just because I do it so much. But in reality, I view my lane right now as kind of like an SPM, like a young SPM coming up and bringing that new kind of like same kind of gritty kind of flow, stuff like that. And like I kind of see myself making my own lane and being my own kind of artist. And not only that, I want to hit different genres, but in the same kind of CD. I want to throw some Latin shit. I want to throw some hip hop. I want to throw some rap. I want to throw some gangster rap. I want to show people my full limits, the full rainbow of the rap spectrum.
And then I had another. I got a question and then a question after that. What is it like being a Mexican in this genre of rap, hip hop?
Honestly, it's a blessing and a curse because a lot of people discriminate me because I'm not black and I'm making black people music. You get me? But in reality, Mexicans are the ones that support rap the most. Your biggest fan support, all of these people have talked about, is Mexicans.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
So as long as I can find that lane where people start to find me, I think I have a high chance of making it successful in this rap game.
And then to add on to that question, when I hear you rap in Spanish, where does that come from? Because like, what artist inspires that? Because I don't know, like, it's a very distinct sound.
So with me, it's because when I was growing up, every year my dad would take us to Mexico, and I ended up becoming fluent in both English and Spanish. So I can read and write in both English and Spanish. And because of that, I started familiarizing myself with both of the languages. And I tried one day just trying to do a Spanish song, and it actually came out good. So I was like, you know what? And not only that, when I was growing up, I used to listen to Quinto Sol, Aquid, a lot of those fools that make that specific kind of sound. And I felt like I could mimic a lot of their stuff.
I was thinking of Aquid when I asked that. What do you think about, like, I don't know, like all the LA Cholo Mexican rappers
So with me,
that we had growing up?
with me, I was actually raised on a lot of like Little Rob, Mr. Shadow, Mr. Little One, stuff like that. And I feel like that kind of had an effect in developing my sound too, because you start to realize who the real MCs are and who the fake ones are. And then you start to realize who supports the real and who supports the fake. So I don't gotta say names and stuff like that, but there is a lot of fake MCs in LA and shit like that. But there's a lot of real ones too, like the ones that I just named previously, you know?
If you could work with any artist, who would you work with?
DJ Quick.
I like that. That's a good answer. I like that one. Why DJ Quick out of everybody?
Because he was the first person to really inspire me to want to do this shit as a kid. I seen his full potential as an artist, not only as an artist but as a producer, to create a full masterpiece just by himself, and that takes a lot on the mind. And you just hear a lot of his songs, and you just start thinking, wow, what kind of mind state where he was when he made all these hits and stuff like that. And all his old stuff, he proves that simple is better, that you don't have to be this or that. If you make things easy, a lot of the times it comes out better.
Who are your top 5 rappers?
Top 5?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to throw Pac number 1. I'm gonna have to throw Be Real number 2. Number 3, I'm gonna have to say Nas. Number 4, a lot of people might not like it, but Baby Bash, straight up, because you just got that full spectrum of like actually making hits, you know, and being the number 1 Latin rap artist. And then number 5, I'm gonna have to say, I would probably have to throw SPM number 5, straight up.
Why Tupac number 1?
Tupac number 1 because everything else is irrelevant, honestly, because when you start to notice the body of work and the grind of what it comes to be a rapper, Tupac embodied that 110%. By creating the All Eyes on Me, part 1 and part 2, it's a diamond record. Only so many people in history have diamond records. We're talking Michael Jackson, we're talking Prince, we're talking the Beatles, you know?
Probably like Eminem might be the other rapper.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it might be Eminem.
You could probably only name
maybe Biggie's album. I don't know.
But then we have to look it up and see. But like I'm saying,
I'm sure Biggie's album Life After Death or one of those two probably.
But like I'm saying, there's only so many few that have made Diamond Records and
The Chronic by Dr. Dre. Maybe.
Exactly. Dre's another one, Diamond Record. You know.
Yeah.
And for me, Diamond Record is like obsolete. You can't beat that.
What does that mean? You sold like 10 million albums? Like,
Diamond Record, I believe, is 100 million.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's your worldwide at that point. There's only two.
With Tupac, it's physical. Like people actually
actually went, grabbed the CD off the shelf, scanned that shit, paid some fool. You know, that's what I'm saying.
These kids don't know shit about that.
No, and then I'm gonna be on some real shit. These little squinkles over here the other day. These little fucking squinkles over here. They came over here the other day and they were like, you know, this Ken Carson guy, some, this and that. And I was like, okay, this is cool, you know?
Yeah.
But then I had to show them, do you know who Cypress Hill is? Mm-hmm. You know? They were like, we don't know who that is. And I'm like, damn, I'm on UNC status apparently. You know?
That's like on GTA San Andreas, bro. How do they not know that shit?
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody's played that game.
And then I brought out on YouTube the video of them in Woodstock and performing in front of 4 or 5 million people.
Yeah.
And I was like, no other rapper now will ever be able to do that because now there's limits, you know?
Yeah.
Back then there was no limits. And that's the difference, you know?
There was a hard ass question I saw the other day, bro. It was like, get rid of one rapper. It was like, No.
All time? Forever? Delete them from history?
Fuck, I forgot who it was. Nah, I'm not going to ask you that question. I would have to go
I
on
would
Twitter.
say Soulja Boy, honestly.
Delete Soulja Boy?
Delete Soulja Boy. Damn.
That's what started everything, though.
Soulja Boy is our god, bro. He's our god.
That's why. Delete him.
If it wasn't for Soulja Boy, there'd be nothing.
Who's the best rapper right now, then?
Who's the best rapper right now?
Yeah.
Honestly, probably like blowing up right now on some real shit, probably Lil Russell. Lil Russell's probably going to be number one.
Is that the guy that said fuck Lil Wayne?
I don't know who.
He was dissing Lil Wayne, yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me, though, but Lil Russell.
I haven't heard his music. Is it
good? Crazy flow right now. He's bringing that Bay Area vibe back, and that's another thing too that I have a lot of respect is from the Bay Area music because they created the music scene. MC Hammer, all those people in that area that really generated actual records too.
Yeah.
It literally just translated to rap. E40, Too Short, everything, all that comes from the Bay, you know?
Tupac's from the Bay. Mm-hmm. What else?
But he's originally from New York and he moved to California. So technically he's not. And that's a lot of
I would consider him more of a Bay rapper than an LA rapper, in a way.
I would consider him more of a New York rapper just based off his like genre and the stuff he talks about. People dumping babies in dumpsters and stuff like that. A lot of that shit don't really happen in LA. That shit happened in New York, you know?
He grew up in Baltimore.
Yeah. But New York was his original birthplace, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. That's where he went to in Baltimore, he went to that School of Arts where he learned poetry, and that's where he met Jada Pinkett Smith. I know a lot about Pac, bro. I did a fucking full PowerPoint on that.
He was like doing
you know?
No, I know a lot about Pac too, bro. What are your goals in music?
My goals in music is to be mainstream here within 5 years. That's the main thing. I want to be seeing my stuff on YouTube. I want to see people come up to me and be like, "Hey, I know who you are," you know?
But when you say mainstream, like who, like when we look at mainstream right now, we see like J. Cole at the very top, I think, and then Kendrick and Drake. You would have to fall under that umbrella, kind of.
I want to be like a Tech Nine, like a Snow the Product, like a independent rapper that's just gonna come up and take over and do shit on his own. That's my main goal. I'm not looking to be signed to no record label or do none of that bullshit. I want to do everything independently on my own.
You might not like it, but I think the best comparison to that would be like NBA YoungBoy. Because he does whatever he wants. He turns down major features whenever he wants.
That's the main goal. If that's what that fool be doing, then that's what I need to do.
Yeah. I don't know if you listen to NBA YoungBoy. I try to, but I can't relate to it or get into it. Like,
A lot of the times I can't relate to this new music because I was raised on the old, and the old is never going to change. So in reality, the new doesn't hit, but there's a lot of new that associates with the old, and that shit resonates with me. All of these new rappers trying to do new shit, it don't hit the same because they're not following the formula that all these OGs made for us. All the real rappers, all the fucking, I'm gonna say the GOATs, you know? That's what it is.
do you feel like people can blow up in this current environment just rapping, or they got to be like streamers and clout chasers and?
No, I feel like if you really, really believe in yourself and whatever you're gonna do, if people are gonna support you and they see your grind and they see your hustle 110%, they're gonna support you because they see you put your everything into anything. So people that make videos, if you see they make basic videos, are you really gonna watch them? No. But if you see somebody that actually takes their time and comes up with ideas and actually goes to the next level, people are always going to be interested in stuff like that.
All right, this is the part where I just started asking about random shit, I guess.
Beautiful. Hit me. Handale.
All right, what do you think about the fucking world right now? Everything going crazy. Wait, no, let me start out because I had like my phone in my hand.
You're good.
What do you think about the current state of the world? You know, everything's fucking going crazy. Dubai is over there getting bombed. Like,
honestly, this all relates to what Pac said, and they got money for wars, but they can't feed the poor. We got money for hate. We got money for greed, but we don't got people for the people in need. That's what it is at the end of the day. And I feel like if there was a little more love and compassion in the world, all this wouldn't be happening. But because people are greedy, and greed is the root of all evil, there's always going to be wars. There's always going to be bad in this world and stuff like that. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I'll phone him.
Even worse, you hear.
What the fuck is that?
I know I'm sexy. I got the looks that drives the girls wild. I'm just a sexy boy.
Sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. Boy toy. Fuck you. I'm just a sexy boy.
I remember the first time I told
In that voice, man.
I remember the first time I told Ray, I was like, damn, that's crazy how that fool got down in his song. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah. I was like, he's the one that sings it. I'm like, yeah, that fool's singing his own song.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's fucking a banger.
He's like, yeah,
Banger.
shit. I'm like, yeah,
I
bro.
love that shit. All right, bring it back. Uso.
So we just had a recent event this week that just happened. You probably saw it. Rihanna was at home in LA and they shot up her house 10 times with the AR-15. She had 3 of her kids home.
All right.
And A$AP Rocky was with her as
Alright.
well. What do you think about that?
She should have a bulletproof house.
What the?
If you're making that kind of money, you should be living in a fortress.
She's a billionaire.
You should be living in a castle.
Yeah.
You should be living in a steel-proof house or a diamond-plated house because that's what you make all your money for, to protect you and your family.
Did you see the lady though, bro? She looked crazy as fuck. She had like
Been arrested like 5 times.
She had like 10 videos of her just saying some crazy ass shit, bro.
You know what's crazy is that when people have all this money, they don't think about security.
So you think a rapper should have a gun instead of like a chain? Like,
I think a rapper should always have people around them that protect them, kind of like 50
yeah.
when he was in his prime. If you're at that level, you shouldn't just assume that you're okay to walk around everywhere and everything's just dandelions and roses, you know?
They're at home chilling, bro. In the little camper trailer in the front of their house.
Yeah, nah.
And even at home, they can get shot at.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. This game's dirty right now, bro. Greed is the root of all evil. So in reality, people never want to see you shine. People never want to see you progress in anything. I know because when I was barely progressing in life, people were robbing me, you know?
Yeah.
So that means even if you're barely making it, people will still take it from you, you know?
Yeah.
That's why you can't trust the world, bro. The world's a grimy place. That's literally what it is. The world will chew you up and spit you out and have no remorse.
Yeah. So what do you believe in, like conspiracy theories? Do you believe in aliens, ghosts, demons,
I believe in aliens. I believe there was giants. I believe there was little people.
little people,
It's all been proven.
duendes?
It's all been proven in history. There's been little people living in mountains.
Yeah.
And then how do you explain the pyramids? Well, there was giants pushing the rocks. You know?
You ever heard of the Nephilim?
The fuck is that?
It's like aliens in the Bible that came down and they had alien human babies.
That checks out.
It's in the Bible.
Have you ever heard that there was an Aztec war between the Aztecs and the aliens?
Nah, I don't know, bro. I think the Aztecs were like worshiping demons, bro. I don't know.
That's
'Cause
why
they were cannibals too. Like,
oh, they were sacrificial people too. But in reality, why did they disappear off the place of the earth?
they ran away. Did you know they ran away all the way up here to Utah?
That's what you think.
They took the gold with them and they buried it in Utah.
Some of them did.
Yeah, they
but
gold, bro.
but why did the rest of them die? That's the question right here.
They ran away to live. They came all the way up here, bro, to Utah.
That's not true. There was always living forms in Mexico that they could have lived off of. So in
They
reality,
didn't all die off, bro.
so in reality, they could have lived off forever. So
Yeah.
in reality, what ended up happening, if you start looking at Aztec ruins and a lot of the writings that they write in the wall, they always write scriptures of them fighting aliens. And a lot of people never understand why. Why is all that written on the wall? They're trying to let us know something before they went out. It's all in the evidence. It's all proof in the pudding. That's why we got to look back and see what's actually there. But a lot of the times we don't know what's there because people don't show us. You get me?
You ever see a UFO out here in Wendover?
I've seen a UFO in Mexico.
I see them out here.
I've seen a UFO in Mexico. I seen one literally like maybe 6 feet away from me, staring over on top of me from a tree.
Was it huge or?
It was, the eyes were big and it was tall. And
A UFO?
A UFO. I seen an alien, I think, an actual alien, you know. I was maybe 12, 13 at the time, and I still tell my parents about it and they don't believe me, but I know what I saw and I remember to this day straight up, and that's some crazy shit, you know.
I saw some crazy shit, bro. They've been saying that Iran is going to attack California with drones or missiles, bro. What do you think the government's going to do that? Our own government? Or how do you feel if Cali got hit with a missile, bro?
I don't feel like that's going to happen because there's too much strength on that side.
Yeah.
They have multiple bases to intercept missiles. America's number 2 in the military right now because they have the technology to intercept missiles. They'll shoot a missile at a missile to stop a missile, you know? We're one of the only countries that's able to do that right now, which is super crazy.
And then today, like on the news, there was like some guys, they went into an army base and they stole missiles. I mean, drones from the army. So, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
What's new? That's literally what happens all the time.
People steal from the military?
Yeah, what's the cartels? What's the Zetas? What's all that? You think they got all their weapons paying for them?
Nah.
You know, like that's literally what it is, you know?
And then, I don't know, I guess another news, we got fucking Kanye performing at a fucking SoFi Stadium. Hundreds of thousands of people, bro. How do you feel about that after everything he said? All the crazy shit.
Honestly, Kanye's always going to have fans that support him because he's a radicalist ideist. So if you say some crazy shit, some people are going to believe the crazy shit that you say. But if you're an idealist and you say some reasonable shit, some people are going to believe what you say too. Mm-hmm. There's always people that are going to pick sides. And that's what's called an opinion at the end of the day. That's why opinions and facts are two completely different things.
Is there anything here in this video or interview that we haven't covered yet about you that you want people to know?
Honestly, I just want people to know that I believe in destiny and I believe that everything happens for a reason. And a lot of people have passed on and believed in me, and a lot of people don't see the vision, but that's okay, because at the end of the day, as long as I do me and I put in the 10,000 hour theory, something like Michael Jordan, I promise I will guarantee I will make hits out of this studio. Even though it's from a small town that nobody believes in or nobody sees potential coming out of. I was told by somebody a long time ago, the best thing you can do is invest in yourself. And that's literally been this last year, is me investing in me. And that's the best recommendation I can make to anybody else too. If you have a dream, go full force with it. And don't care what anybody says, because we all have a life to live. And if you're going to live your purpose in this life, you have to give it 110% in whatever you're going to do.
Now, can we expect anything from you? Any music videos or an album soon, or a mixtape? Or
So my main goal right now is, I've been working on this project the past year, day in and day out. I have a studio engineer coming and making stuff sound right. I've literally invested $6,000 into my studio, and my main goal is to sell 200 albums. If I can sell 200 albums at $20 a pop, and they're gonna have 20 songs in each album, so you're literally paying $1 a song.
yeah,
For somebody that has literally taken their time and crafted every song, it's one of the best investments you can make. And I'm literally just beginning this, so that investment, that $20 later on could be worth so much more. Because literally what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sign everyone, and it's gonna have all my socials in the back. And last time I did CDs, this time I'm doing flash drives. So anybody that has computer,
that's what I wanted to tell you, bro.
Computer, their car, everything has USB now. Yeah. Literally everything has USB. Your TV has USB, you know? Yeah. So you'll be able to plug in my tape that I signed for you and just bam, play my shit right then and there, you know?
The way I would do it, bro, I've never told anybody this. I've been thinking about it for like a year. Record it. I would put 12 songs on Spotify and Apple Music, and the other 12 songs I would put on the flash drive.
Okay.
You can put the whole 24 songs on the flash drive. So everybody has Apple Music and Spotify. They'll hear half the album, but the other 12 songs are like, oh, it's a copyright beat. We'll never fucking get it cleared on YouTube. It'll get taken down right away.
So my main thing is that I'm actually not even gonna touch those programs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so independent, bro, that I'm trying to create my own app where people can pay for my music, versus them paying them to listen to what I have to do.
Yeah.
So
I feel like you gotta have some type of presence on Apple Music or Spotify or at least YouTube.
That's
your older songs. I feel like they should be on YouTube, bro.
That's what I would.
I want to be able to look it up on YouTube and just hear it anytime. I can't hear your music.
I'm literally trying to run music videos on YouTube next, but my main goal next is I have to get a producer to create exclusive beats specifically for me.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I'm at a level where people just need to hear me. So if I can get heard using any kind of beat, that'll start me for when I start making music seriously. Yeah. They could actually pay for my music seriously. So that's my main goal. I know people do Apple. I know people do all of that. Yeah. But in reality, I'm only gonna get maybe 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 plays on those because I'm not paying for promotion.
I like the flash drive idea. What do you think about having a music video just exclusively on the flash drive and people gotta watch it there? Like,
see, that's not a bad idea too.
Yeah.
But the flash drives that I'm getting, they're about 2 gigs, 4 gigs each. And that's literally what
one music video would be.
20 songs on WAV files, because I plan on throwing the best quality file that you can get on those, versus MP3s. MP3s is the basic file, you get me? But if you throw them waves, they're gonna be full length files, studio files that you could play them on record players and stuff like that, and they'll still pop like how they used to, you know?
And I don't know. I guess one last thing. How do you feel about like, say you were bigger, bro, way bigger, like huge. Like, what would you think about like CDs and like vinyls? Vinyls are a bitch to make for artists, bro, because only a certain amount of factories make them, and you gotta have a small window of time to make the vinyls. You get me?
Yeah.
So what do you think about like vinyls and CDs?
So vinyls and CDs aren't the same anymore because a lot of people don't carry record players or they don't carry the CD player. Even the cars now, they don't carry that anymore. Everything's literally gone to digital. The most a car will carry now, like I'm telling you, is a USB port.
Yeah.
Because the USB port is going to always be the mothership of everything where you can plug everything.
I think vinyls are popular lately. I buy vinyls.
Yeah, but you're not everybody.
I see the trend going that way, kind of.
Yeah,
do you
like I
buy
said,
vinyls?
I actually haven't bought a vinyl yet. The vinyls that I have, these are the only vinyls that I have,
Yeah.
but it's because this album represents so much to me.
I heard you. I think I saw you bumping Mac Miller on vinyl the other day. Or?
Yeah, I have a Mac Miller vinyl, I have a Burner vinyl, I have a Dr. Dre vinyl, you know? But those were all given to me as gifts. See what I'm saying?
So physical shit is still important, like posters, maybe like an action figure.
It is if it's signed, you know?
Yeah.
If the artist actually took their time to sign it,
Yeah.
then people will feel more intentional to it. But if the people aren't really messing with the artist like that, they're not going to go out of their way to buy their merch like that.
So one day you would like to do merch, like T-shirts and shit? Like,
My main goal actually is that I have a fundraiser here coming up for the school, and they're trying to raise $300K for the bleachers, and I'm going to be doing a talent show, and we're going to be doing exclusive merch. Well, my main goal, and I have an idea, is that I want all of the main artists here in town that were kids or that actually are passionate about art. I want them to draw themselves as a cartoon character, and I want to put on the bottom, "We are Wolverines," and I want one of them to draw me as a pit with the chain in the middle, you know? And my main goal is to get those at a certain price and then make profit for the school. And then we're going to be running a talent show too, where people can showcase their talents. It's going to be kids and adults. And we hope that the casino will come through and let us use the concert hall, hopefully. That'll be a main goal, you know? And if not, we'll make do and make what we can with it. But hopefully by then, I'll have sold enough albums and stuff like that that people will recognize that I'm main eventing the situation.
yeah. So there you have it. Talent show, flash drive album, innovation. Any last words for the audience?
Last words. I got a performance before we go. I'm gonna throw a demo out for the actual project that I'll be dropping on 420. It's gonna be called The Master Chef. They're gonna be running $20 a pop. I'm gonna sign them out, each one too. And like I'm saying, the goal, 20 times 200 equals 4K. That'll invest in my music video equipment, and you'll see me take off here soon, baby. That's the main thing.
Money moves. We'll catch you guys next time.
Run it back, run it back, run it back. Let's run this performance.
Signing out from Wendover. We're out of here.